Hey, you guys like my videos, right? I mean, I sure hope so. You're watching after all. Why am I asking? Because get ready for something completely different. Today we're not going to be doing a top 8 recap, although we will cover 2 tournaments. My surprise tournaments that I've been teasing for 2 weeks now in these very videos. Yes, you heard me right. These 2 tournaments are the Zoo 5 and Code Red 100. Now, if you have no idea what those are, that's okay. These were 2 relatively small tournaments in the Kansas City region, my home region. The Zoo 5 was a small regional that had 198 entrants, and Code Red 100 had 133 entrants, and it wasn't really a monthly, but I also don't feel right calling it a regional, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a super local and call it a day. And while I could just cover these tournaments in my typical style, I thought that might be boring, considering the relatively small size, and especially considering that the Zoo 5 happened nearly 2 weeks ago now. But while I was looking through both of these tournaments, something very interesting struck me. 2 players who attended both of these tournaments that I want to cover in depth, as they made big waves at these 2 stacked tourneys with characters that you wouldn't have ever thought capable of such runs and upsets. Dear viewers, I introduce you to Zefty, the Zelda main, and Tim Prater, the Mewtwo main. Both of these players attended the Zoo 5 and Code Red 100, and today we'll be going over their performances specifically and seeing how these 2 characters finally have more reps in our competitive scene of the Midwest's heartland. AKA, what I probably should have done for my Wave Dash 2023 video. Whoops. Let's start off by taking a look at the Zoo 5, as it's the bigger tournament, and both of the players that we're talking about today made top 8 at this tournament. Let's start off by looking at Tim Prater's run in depth. But first, who is Tim Prater? If you're not familiar, Tim Prater's in the St. Louis Smash scene and is 4th on the St. Louis PR, behind only names like Colorando 8, the best NA Inkling, Henry Luma, one of the hidden bosses of the Heartland, and Apollo Kage himself, a top 15 player in the world with the top 1 mentality in the world, like I talked about in this video here. Tim Prater also has a secondary Sephiroth, who, now that I think about it, is actually really similar to Mewtwo. I mean, think about it, they're both tall, surprisingly light, and have a big disjoint. They both have a purple ball projectile and are both somehow overrated and underrated at the same exact time. Anyways, back to the Zoo 5. Tim Prater came into the event as the 4th seed and started off the weekend by blasting through his pool without dropping a game. Moving into top 48, Tim Prater defeated Tiger Nope in a close Game 5 set. This might not seem like a huge win to those of you uninformed, but we'll be getting back to Tiger Nope in a minute. Long story short, Tiger Nope is sick, and perhaps the reason I have so much faith in Lucas as a character. Maybe I should make a video on him someday. Gotta write that one down for later. Tim Prater went up in winners quarterfinals against Wisdom, a set that Tim would lose 3-1. If the name Wisdom rings a faint bell, it should. Wisdom is one of the best, albeit semi-inactive, players in Kansas City. He's one of the best offline duck hunts in the world, at least top 5 IMHO, and definitely was the best duck hunt in the world early on in the game's meta, back when, you know, no one played this dang character. Unfortunately, Wisdom is playing a lot of Street Fighter right now, as I understand it, so he hasn't been to a lot of locals, but he showed up to this tournament and sent our Mewtwo hero down into losers. Here, Tim Prater had to go up against Yoshi Kid, an intense set that went to a close Game 5.
Yeah, true. Calaball is pretty genius. Okay, finds the fair up smash, so he's gonna get as much percent as he can. Parry's gonna actually whip on the down B, or make it whip on the down B, but the egg bear gonna take Game 1. Yoshi Kid playing on point today. Right there. Okay, another F tilt, not gonna be safe on shield yet again.
Oh, where are you going?
Doing the egg lay for a little bit of stall, but it's actually gonna end up getting him killed.
Yoshi Kid wants something so bad.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to be.
Oh no,
but he does SD
at 19%.
There's a Mewtwo there. He did so well.
He's so talented.
Now they're up here in games. He gave him the DI for it, even after that SD.
Oh wow.
We love Tim's talent.
Is it South America's Got Talent? Holy!
Look at these tech chases with these ball throws, man.
If you hit that one, it would be Europe's Got Talent.
There's the parry jab coming out. Get him out of the egg roll. That's going to be a little bit late there. Jab not going to connect. It's going to do a lot of percent. Getting into 167. The top ball's going to connect.
Right there.
It feels like Tim is now starting to figure it out. Another talent ball into it there! Tim fucking Prater, man! Trying to find out what his option was there.
Oh wow!
Try to. Oh, XL, yeah, just gonna straight up kill Tim now in the lead at this Game 5.
All right, going straight to ledge.
Nobody wanting to give it a neutral right now. Finding the fair, gets the double jump armor through it.
The battle of the middle right now.
Oh, the fair again, not gonna kill, but actually the bad DI.
God,
I think he air dodged and he actually ended up dying for it.
In the end, Tim Prater defeated Yoshikid in a 3-2, moving into top 8 of the Zoo 5, where Tim Prater went up against Zefty. Surprise! This is the one and only time that our two players fought in either the Zoo 5 or Code Red 100, and this is actually their second time ever fighting one another. For now, let's see how our two highlighted players fare when faced against one another.
What's up, pussies?
Welcome back to the Zoo 5. And it was 2-0 for Tim Prater, so he's feeling pretty good that Zefty's his #1 matchup in top 8.
All right, yeah, and we're starting on the loser side, so both players playing for their tournament life right now. It is a win or go home scenario, and Zefty is already cooking.
Oh! Goodness. What was that start? We're not even a minute into the game, and Zefty's already popping off.
Yeah, a very sparkly 0 to death, and Tim Prater looking to answer back here. Oh, if he got that scoop up on the up air, I just don't want to think about what would have happened to him there, Booker.
Would have been a little bit dangerous, Mr. Big M. A little
Yes,
bit dangerous indeed. Well, Zefty's feeling himself a bit. He's got Tim Prater in yet another one of his 50-50s, and Tim Prater's not looking too good right now, Big M.
Yeah, Zefty Scene tried to tell me that, oh yeah, Lightning Kick's super hard to hit the sweet spot. No, Zefty has it on lock. 3 for 3, baby!
Every single one so far. Zefty's definitely feeling himself. Very hot off the set versus Razenlope, by the way. Almost made 7 out of the 8 top 8 if Razenlope was able to defeat him, but no, Zefty's stopping that right in his tracks and look at it.
Oh! Jesus Christ, we're starting top 8 with a 3-stock game 1. He's for sure been full committing with Mewtwo, but this is serious business. We're here at the Zoo in top 8, and it's lose or go home, and Tim Prater does not want to pack up his things. We saw that last game. It really only takes 1 for it to be done.
A little bit of displacement here, and
oh,
there it is. Wow.
It really only takes 1 lightning kick to start up the offense, but a good miss and the air dodge read. That up air covers so much space, and Tim Prater was just waiting for him to press that trigger.
He still enjoys the short kings. Oh my god. Oh my, the terrifying place to be in.
Oh, there it is. A nice slice, reminiscing of Aerith. Oh man, he's going for the shield pop, but speaking of pop, another stock in which he utilized all of those things to take that stock, and here we have a last stock game for him.
It's good to see Tim.
What?
No.
He said, give me them ankles.
Oh me, oh my. Closing out on a swift 3-1. Zefty's going to be walking themselves to at least a 5th place finish here at the Zoo 5.
Wow.
Zefty won the set 3-1, and I think it was quite telling that of all the matches we're covering today, this is one of the only ones that Tim decided to counterpick to the secondary Sephiroth that I mentioned earlier. Either way, Tim was eliminated at 7th, but Zefty got to move on. Speaking of Zefty, let's get to them already, shall we? Zefty, when it comes to the Zoo 5, definitely has much more to talk about than Tim did. Why? That's because Zefty came into the event as the 20th seed and started off fairly okay, winning their first 2 sets, but then suffered a 2-1 loss to Tigernope. I told you we'd talk about him again. Getting sent down into losers extremely early, Zefty made an insane losers run, which combined with their upsets at Code 100 is what inspired me to make this video in the first place. Zefty first defeated one of my personal bracket demons, Happy, before going on to 3-0-2, and then proceeding to go to a close Game 5 set with good pal and bracket demon of mine, Isaiah. Zefty then went on to 3-1 Beastly Piano Man, the Snake, and 3-0 Raisinloaf, or as we know him, Raisin Goat, the Olimar player. This allowed Zefty to make it into top 8, where they defeated Tim Prater like we discussed earlier. Here, Zefty went up in losers quarterfinals against Rocky Balboa, someone you should all be familiar with, at the very least from my Midwest Ultimate Invitational video. Zefty had made it into top 8, having a 6-set losers run so far, all as the 20th seed, and all with solo Zelda. Now it was time to see if Zefty could defeat KC's top PR players.
So he has the fast buttons to kind of keep Zelda off of him, but if you're letting that happen,
My bad. I want the chat to know that I am a tired boy. Do we know that they're running at the rest stop stream? Just look down.
whoa, Zefty just went for an insane
Oh
read,
my.
and things are going. Oh, Rocky, very errant landing, but he's gonna get away with it. Bell is on deck, and that's it. But the thing is that one charge is not like the other. One of these charges sets up for a kill confirm at 70.
Yeah, you may have the internet on your side, but I have Big M. You were right! Let's go, Big M.
Oh! Yeah, but Rocky trying to do everything he can to get a second to breathe. He does not want to fight this thing as the forward smash comes out from Zefty, taking an early lead this game one. It's not
Somebody in
about
chat
time.
give me an answer.
It's not about time. It's about experience. Oh my! Oh, he actually died.
Man, just barely, too. Just barely going to be securing that stock.
Wow.
Rich for my blood. That compensates Smash tournament. That'll
Yeah.
have budget.
Yeah, like if you were a TO though. Those
Oh,
guys
man.
make bank.
Dude. Actually, I forgot it was also a TO, so I'm incredibly rich. I have a whole wardrobe of those shoes. What was that? Where'd the stock go, Big M? Come on. No. Really hate the bet on Ben Prime.
Yeah.
So smooth with the grab. What be can do platforms though? I can't remember.
No, it's not this
No.
game. Zelda can't. I think like he got hit with literally everything.
There was nothing to do there.
In the end, Zefty defeated Rocky in a 3-1, utilizing Zelda's best tools to get the job done, namely Lightning Kick and, Lightning Kick. Zefty moved on into losers semifinals, going up against Wisdom. And I'm sorry, do you mean to tell me we're about to see Zelda versus Duck Hunt? What is this, quick play?
Like you
That's
said, learning the matchup.
A lot of shield pressure, just not able to get the poke. And Clay Pigeon conversion coming through again, and now Zefty back into the corner. That's going to be almost curtains quite again. Ready for the jump and closing it out. 3-0 here from Wisdom. Phenomenal performance from Zefty. I almost would say breakout.
In the end, Zefty lost to Wisdom 3-0, being eliminated at 4th. Zefty made the best losers run and the best SPR of the entire top 8 of this tournament, causing big upsets in their wake. By the way, if you're wondering who actually ended up winning this tournament, Grand Finals was Justin23 versus Despade, proving that any regional Kansas City goes to just ends up being a Kansas local by the end. A point illustrated by commentator Big M and T.O. Booker, who you may know for the upset threads that Booker makes on Twitter.
Thunder. Freeze.
How did that reach him? Oh my gosh, I thought that was
Fire. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yay!
Closing it out. Despade takes it 3-0, making this the fastest KC top 8 we've ever seen.
Despade took the victory over Justin23 in a 3-0, the same score as when the two fought in winners finals. Despade also played both of these sets with solo Sora, by the way, meaning that even though Despade is a co-main of Sora and Bayo and is mostly known for their Bayo, this is perhaps one of Sora's rare good placements from someone not named Kameme. I am in no way biased, so believe me when I say that Despade is the second best Sora in the world, in my totally neutral, unbiased opinion. Now we move into Code Red 100, where we have much more to say about our two players. Code Red 100 is a good contrast to the Zoo 5, since the Zoo 5 segment was definitely more geared towards the placements of our two highlighted players, and Zefty's losers run. But this second half of the video in Code Red 100 will actually be more about specific sets, specific upsets that both players made, instead of any placements or losers runs. Code Red 100 is the smaller tournament when compared to the Zoo 5, but it was no less stacked, with literally every single of the Zoo 5's top 8 in attendance, alongside some of the best players in Springfield, Kansas City, St. Louis, and Nebraska as a state all attending. Additionally, one name in attendance that you'll all definitely recognize is Skittles, one of the best Young Link mains in the world. Let's once again start with Tim Prater. Tim Prater came into Code Red 100 as the 13th seed and started off by winning his first two sets in pools. It was here, though, that Tim Prater had to go up against Ploopy to make it out of pools. Ploopy, if you didn't know, is a 14-year-old Game & Watch main who has only been playing for around 6 to 7 months at this point, and is already a surefire spot for PR, getting occasional wins over names like Despade and Rocky. Oh, also, if you've ever gone into the replies of one of Zomba's tweets and wondered who the hell this guy was, that's Ploopy. The two fought to get out of pools on winner's side, and let me tell you, Game & Watch Mewtwo is a hell matchup for Mewtwo.
Just manhandles you for a bit.
66 here, 82%. I don't know, Ploopy will die here to like a really good read with like up smash. Ooh, bucket! You're dead.
That-
5.
this is
Goodbye.
Go
You're done.
next, baby.
You're done, so. You're done, so, Sonso.
Hit him
And
with the helmet.
there we go. Oh, Chase.
Oh!
What an
He-
interaction.
He hit the first tech, And Poopy checked him.
Not the second. Wow. Okay, a lot of aerials here will kill. There you go, back air, even game.
That one, the big old whip of the tail.
Tim gets that up tilt. Wait a minute, that's gonna do lots of damage. Mewtwo's rapid jab, kinda nice.
Sheesh.
Oh, you're dead! That's it. Game
There
3.
it is.
You know, Tim, a relatively new player like Poopy, dealing with that. Oh, the read!
Oh my gosh!
The
Oh my
read!
gosh!
The read! And Tim is ahead an entire stock. You're dead. Bye. You're
I
done.
thought he wasn't for a second, but
All right, 116. I mean, Tim can kill with so much stuff, including a forward air.
yep,
That was
yep,
a
yep,
commentator's prophecy. Roaring, ready to go. Oh, you're
There it
dead!
is. And it's an even
the
game.
commentator's prophecy.
The down smash would have been it.
Both these characters are light.
Oh my gosh, that air dodge away.
No! The
Like
side
this.
B miss input is in.
In the end, Tim Prater took the set over Ploopy 2-1, the end of that set being a tragic SD from Ploopy. By the way, if you recognize one of the commentators in that clip, that's because it was me. I do commentary at my locals, and if there are any regionals in the Heartland that want to invite me for comms, my DMs are open. Either way, Tim Prater moved on in bracket, but we're going to get right back into the footage, because then Tim Prater went up in round 1 of Top 32 against Deathspade. In the end, Tim Prater pulled off one of the best upsets of the tournament, defeating Deathspade in a 3-1. Tim would go on to lose his next set, losing 3-1 to Sandy, another player we talked about in the Midwest Ultimate Invitational.
Also going to catch up again here.
One hit at a time, just making a comeback.
He's kind of revealing the disable here.
Oh,
Fair
good
might
quarter.
be
He went
just
way
enough
too
to
high.
catch him out going off the top.
This meant that Tim went down to losers, and only had to win one more set to make it into top 8. Here, Tim went up against Kansas City PR, Shadzix. In the end, Tim would lose that set 3-1, bowing out at 9th. While Tim may not have made top 8, Tim still outplaced his seed and got 2 phenomenal upsets, all with solo Mewtwo the entire time. Moving on to Zefty, Zefty came into the event as the 32nd seed, lower than their seed at the Zoo 5, and quick spoiler warning, Zefty is about to outplace that seed by a lot. Zefty started off the weekend by getting through their first 2 sets of pools, notably defeating Zamatron, our local Lucario main. However, Zefty now had to fight one more set in order to get out of pools, that being against a player I mentioned earlier, Skittles. Zefty versus Skittles, to decide who made it out of pools on winner's side and who started off in losers.
Alright, here we go. Launched into game 1 PS2. We got Youngling Skittles versus Zefty Zelda. Zefty Zelda. Skittles tossing Zefty off stage 144. I think forward throw would kill. Oh, the bomb
What the
could have
heck?
saved him. I think that might have actually led into something. I saw Zefty went for the lightning kick though, and Skittles DI'd it properly to not get hit by the lightning kick. So I don't think it would have killed, but had Zefty gone for up air, And would you look
Zefty
at the
has
lightning
the
kick?
lead!
Let's go, lightning kick, my goat.
It's so tilting to get hit by the boomerang in that spot.
Oh man, Skittles. Oh, that's it! You're dead!
There it is. The patience. The
wow,
patience.
wow. Stage has the bomb out. There you go. Oh, and the side B gonna just straight up kill.
Gravity.
Yes.
Gravity. It's.
And
listen.
just like that, even game. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go, lightning kick. Reflects both arrow and boomerang.
Okay.
The Phantom.
I like using the fire just to.
And that's it! There it is! There it is! Zefty wins 2-0 over Skittles in winners semis of pools.
That's the 1 seed of the tournament who
Drop
has
it
to enter
down.
top 32
From
through
losers.
In the end, Zefty got a phenomenal upset over Skittles, the first seed of the tournament, defeating Skittles in a clean 2-0. Zefty wasn't done winning just yet though, as Zefty next defeated the Six Master, very notable Pac-Man main in a 3-0 set.
Air camping right now, just trying to find any way they can get a bell charge, just to find his way into this game. But the down throw Bear's gonna take it. Zefty gets it 3-0.
Although this shouldn't be a surprise given Zefty's previous win over Rocky at the Zoo 5, the best Pac-Man main in KC, and in my opinion, NA. No bias though. Zefty had made it all the way to winners quarterfinals, where they would have to fight Chumples, who is a player that I've actually made an entire video about before. This video right here, which is definitely a completely serious video and totally not an April Fool's video. Source? Trust me. For now though, Zefty and Chumples fought it out for top 8. In the end though, Chumples defeated Zefty 3-1. But I mean, who's really surprised? I'm impressed that Zefty even took a game from Chumples, the best player who ever lived of all time ever. You know? Dropping down into losers, Zefty had to go up against Ploopy, someone we were just talking about. And, you know, fun fact for you all, did you know that Chumples and Ploopy are brothers? That's right. Ploopy is actually Chumples' younger brother if you didn't know, meaning that Zefty had to fight both brothers back to back. This set, however, would go down to a game 5.
Zefty's been hitting those all, like, for the past, like, the course of a week.
That's what
literally
sets
every time.
That's what sets Zefty apart from the other Zeldas as well.
Oh, but okay, didn't yell. We don't have to yell. We don't have to yell.
Okay,
maybe not that loud. Maybe
we'll go
tone it down a little bit. I thought it was gonna kill. I thought it was gonna kill him.
If it had killed, the mics would have peaked.
Yeah, yours definitely did. I don't know if mine did, but that lightning kick
flashed before my eyes at that moment.
He could have just waited. Oh. Man, the team can get a lightning kick though, maybe. And this was
dead!
Off the top is gonna be able to take it.
I mean, great whole stock lead, you know what I'm saying? Has to be at ledge. Oh, the shield is real small. I think Zefty's
real tiny, but the up air is gonna catch him out. Which is gonna be really sad. I don't want to bet anything. I would bet my.
There you go.
Nothing actually. Yay! He hit him there.
All right.
Some adaptation is coming out on this ledge trapping. Dead. But how much can happen? Oh, I think we had Tim Prater and Shaz and Offshore Match. I don't know who won that. We did find an F Smash on to Floopy though. Let's see if Floopy
Last
can maybe
stock.
close out the stock. He's at 130.
Sends out some bacons.
You're
dead.
The five's gonna connect by Wisdom. It's looking to be like kind of the same case as well here versus Floopy.
Game & Watch is certainly more of a common character than Duck Hunt. Although
Yeah,
that
true.
is not a very high bar, to be fair.
Yeah, that's not a high bar to be, like that to be fair.
Great call out from Zefty. That has the key.
Oh my
There's
gosh,
another
it's
back
getting
air.
so tense. Could this go to a game 5? No,
Oh,
damn it,
the
the tech there!
Anything will kill.
We
Oh
buffer
my
those,
goodness.
baby! We found the
Down
down air! The down air! It's not gonna be able to
Oh,
go to
so
it. Up air,
scary.
Going to nothing!
That's it!
Oh my
my
god!
gosh!
Able to make the comeback. We are going into a game 5!
At 164, up air killed at 90%.
It's gonna make a difference. This smaller stage could be the entire like game changer of the set for Zefty if he's able to find his way to stuff him out like he did in game 1. But oh
The
no, the
up
up smash again!
Would you look at that when you least expect it? But the up air's coming out from Zefty right now. That's been the other killer for Floopy in this whole
Oh,
and the lightning kick!
80% is good. He just needs to
150.
not die.
Bomb here will kill, absolutely.
Game & Watch
Another
throws will
forward
kill
throw.
for a little bit. Up throw might be killing him like
Oh!
180. Only like 20 more percent to
Whoa,
really
whoa,
play
whoa.
with.
The regrab. Okay, okay.
Down air!
Go!
Go
Down air!
connect.
That's it! And Floopy wins over Zefty in a 3-2 set.
I was, oh man, I was so
even-
expecting something like a down throw.
In the end, Zefty lost to Ploopy 3-2, being eliminated at 9th, being double eliminated by the Wood brothers. But Zefty outplaced their seed by a lot and had the best SPR of anyone in the tournament. There are some minor threads to wrap up from Code Red 100, however, including wrapping up some storylines that I've been drawing out over the course of this video. First things first, let's take a minute to talk about Zen. Zen is the #1 player in Nebraska, their PR for this season literally coming out days before Code Red 100. But when Zen came out to play at Code Red 100, they went up against Tiger Nope, and I think you all know where this is going.
Sorry. We're in the same situation as game 1. This could go either way.
Yeah, that's it.
And Tiger Nope takes it. Tiger Nope takes it with the whole venue behind him.
Tiger Nope, who is unranked in KC by the way, defeated Zen, who then proceeded to fight through losers until they went up against Ploopy. That's right, Pikachu Game & Watch.
There, Floopy's at ledge. Gets that down air there.
There, yeah.
Oh, that's
Take
it!
it. Yep,
Yep.
that's gonna be it. Zen gonna
Ploopy would also defeat Zen, and even though Ploopy is 100% going to be PR when the season wraps up, technically that hasn't happened yet, so technically Ploopy is unranked, meaning that technically the #1 in Nebraska got double eliminated by KC unranked. You might be saying, geez, Rister, you're being kind of harsh and very biased right now, and to that I say, yeah, this video is for the homies first and my dear viewers second. Getting back on topic, Ploopy had a fantastic run at Code Red 100 as well. If you remember from earlier, Ploopy lost to Tim Prater in pools, proceeding to make the second best losers run of the entire tourney, making a 4-set losers run to top 8, defeating Zen and Zefty to make it all there. All as the 20th seed, by the way. In top 8, Ploopy defeated Chadzik 3-0, and then lost to Rocky 3-1 for 5th. Speaking of losers runs, Ploopy's was the second best of the tourney. Who was the first? Well, remember when Skittles got upset in pools by Zefty? You might be wondering what happened to them after that. Well, let me enlighten you. After losing to Zefty 2-0, Skittles made a 5-set losers run to top 8, a losers run that was absolutely stacked with some of KC's best, notably including 3-1ing Big Susan, otherwise known as Toffee, 3-0ing Despade, who you're all very familiar with by now, and 3-1ing Tiger Nope, much to my dismay. Tiger Nope being the only player here who isn't KCPR. In top 8, Skittles defeated Cannon Red, the Midwest's best puff, 3-1, and then defeated Sandy 3-1, before going up against Rocky in loser semifinals.
Oh my god.
At this point, if you're Rocky, you want to end the game as
that's
fast
it.
as you can.
That's it. No, he did in the game.
Rocky would defeat Skittles, gatekeeping them from top 3. Why bring that up? Well, because Justin 23 was very happy they did not have to fight Skittles, but that's just a secret between you and me. Once again, KC had made this super local / mini regional into just another KC local. But who ended up winning? See for yourself.
Yeah,
This
that's
is a
all.
family-friendly stream. Yes, the Nair, 138.
Aye!
And that number...
That about wraps up our loose ends for today's video. Zefty and Tim Prater are 2 examples of character specialists that have started to make massive waves in and around Heartland, but there are many more, least of which the KC PR that I've talked about so much. It's good to see, at the very least, that these massively underrepresented characters are getting more reps, kind of tying into my theme last video about how the meta is shifting away from DLC characters very slowly. I'll be perfectly honest with you all, this video was a little bit all over the place, but this video does go out to the KC scene in specific, who are truly amazing, and hopefully this will make up for me not making a video on HuniePop 5, the Honey Heist, because I couldn't find the VODs in time. Yes, I'm sure KC will appreciate this video where I talk about their tournaments, but specifically highlight 2 players who are not from KC. Wait a minute. That's going to be it for today's ridiculous, off-the-wall, just completely unhinged video. I hope you enjoyed it. Real quick, I'm going to be going live here on the channel at 2 p.m. CST. I hope to see you all there. Before I go, shout out to my Patreon members, Seth Laster and Fireskull333, as well as my YouTube members, Stormtrooper, Loco Soco, and Mattoon. This Sunday, I'm going to be doing a watch party of Patchwork's Top 8, the seeding of which is on the screen right now. You see that Deathspade and Rocky will be there? Yeah, look forward to a video on that tourney. On Thursday, perhaps I'll do a pre-GOML 2023 video, kind of like what I did for Battle of BC5. Until then, I've been Mr. Mice, and thank you all so much for watching. I cut my Battle of Z video for this.